Ex-GF was cheating on me with a colleague for about 3 years. She lied to me when she thought she got caught, but I was still oblivious. Eventually I caught her, but she still tried to lie and deny cheating. The obligatory will have grammatical errors and spelling. So I apologize in advance. This is a long one. Background: had been with ex-GF for 4 years. 2 years into relationship I help her get a job within one of the departments in the company I work with. As she hated her last job and it had unsociable hours. We are in different buildings. I wanted to move to her building, but my work was such that I had to stay at another location for security reasons. I work in the legal sector. She likes her team. Everyone is her age bar one guy who she said was same age as her father, so she claimed to have seen him as a father figure. We shall call him M. Ex-GF and M strike a friendship, for which she gets the cold treatment from her team. She tells me about it and how she finds it disgusting that the team make up rumors and don't talk to her because she is friends with M. She sees M as a father figure. So I believe all she tells me. Every year on her B-Day we would celebrate together on the day by going away to another city in the UK. For the past year I had been asking my GF to go on holiday together, as we had been staying around the UK on various occasions and just wanted to go abroad with her. She says she doesn't want to go abroad with a male until after marriage. We were in the long run. Marriage and all. So I thought so. I said okay. I was planning to propose to her during Christmas that year. Come summertime I am called away to a country in mainland Europe for business purposes. It's for 2 weeks and my assistant books everything for me. I ask ex-GF if she would like to join me and she gives the same answer as before, and I try to explain how we go everywhere and it is no different, but she says what will she tell her family and how will she show them photos of us. Her family didn't know she was dating. She claimed to be from a strict South Asian family. So I leave it at that. While I am there I try to call her but she doesn't answer. Then she messages me saying she is with her friends. So I leave her to it. Then she calls me but I hear a guy's voice and she tells me it's the TV and she needed time away from her family and booked a hotel for the night. She did get into fights with her sisters and mother a lot but usually stayed in her room. I think nothing of it again, but her communication had dropped considerably on that night and a few days during the time I was away. I thought she was just busy so didn't think much of it. Then a few months later it's her B-Day and she knows we spend it together. She tells me not to book anything for the day and do it beforehand as she is planning to go to Bournemouth with her cousin female on her B-Day. Her cousin is going through a rough time and needs a break, so that's why they are going. And she tells me she won't be taking many photos because her cousin doesn't like taking photos. Bear in mind this girl took a photo at every opportunity. This was at the height of Snapchat. I believe her again. Some of you may be thinking, why didn't we celebrate after they came back? I was due to go away for work 2 days after her B-Day. For 4 weeks in the Middle East. From my last trip to now she has been acting quite distant and claiming she was too tired from work and didn't like talking or texting as much and just wanted to sleep. She would refuse to meet for lunch, claiming she was down on her hours, and again I believed her. Now I decided to postpone the proposal to the summer as she did enjoy the summer more than winter and she liked the sea. Come Christmas. We had been planning to watch a film together. She claimed to have turned down certain colleagues because she wanted to watch it with me. So we agree a day in December. I went to watch a football game at the ground. I text her on my way there and after the game but did not get a response until I got home. 2-hour one-way trip. Claiming she was busy with guests at home, etc. A few days later I bump into a friend and he asks me what I thought of the film that day. The day I went to watch the football. I am puzzled and ask him to clarify. He tells me he saw my ex-GF at the cinema with a bloke. He had his back and assumed it was me. By the way, this was the film we agreed to watch together. It had bad reviews, but one thing about ex-GF is that she likes to watch the film regardless of the reviews. So I message her and ask her to watch the film the next day. Now comes the first sign that slowly opened my eyes. She says it's got bad reviews and doesn't want to watch it. Then I confront her about being seen and she tells me she went with the whole team but she was by a drink and M was waiting with her. He must have seen M, as I believed she saw M as a father figure. I thought nothing of it. Then fast forward a few more days, another guy bumps into me and asks how I found a particular Michelin star restaurant. I had never been to this place. So I tell him he had mistaken someone for me. He said he was sure it's me. He saw my ex-GF sat there with a guy. So this time I confront her and she tells me she went with her friends and one friend brought her husband with her. That's who he must have seen, as he friends were probably powdering their noses. I believe her again. I meet a guy who works in her office and he knows we are dating by the way she hadn't told anyone in her office she is dating someone. Only a handful of people who I knew outside of work and worked with her knew. Tells me to be careful because my ex-GF is spending a lot of time with M. They come to work together. They have lunch together and leave work together. I tell him it's nothing, they're good friends and she sees him as a father figure. For the next few months she seems to be spending a lot of time at one of her friend's house, but I think nothing of it. Her communication drops, claiming she just is busy, etc. One day we go out and take her car. I try to connect my phone and see M's phone name appear. I ask her and she claims she only gave him a lift once and it automatically connected to her car. I believed her while trying to connect my phone. Now that I think back, I should have clocked on straight away it's not the truth. Fast forward to the summer, she tells me she is going away with her school friend for her birthday but not on the day. Also wants me as last year to do something a day before or after but not on her B-day because she is spending it with family at home. So I go out my way and book her things she has had on her bucket list. She also tells me she won't be taking photos on this trip because her friend is in a rough place and doesn't like photos. As she doesn't speak to me much, I don't get time to tell her of my upcoming trip. She had told me the dates of her initial trip but had to cancel it because I quote too many people in the office knew she was going away. I didn't understand what she meant, but it all adds up in the end. She loses out on her initial flight and has to book again. She makes a rookie mistake when planning what she is doing on her B-day. She used a joint hotel booking account to book a hotel for 2 people in our city on her B-day and specifically request a double bed. By this time I had become suspicious when I saw this because of what she said she would be doing. So I make a mental note of this and make a note of when it was no longer free to cancel. I was aware there is mutual friend who was telling her of anything I did. If this mutual friend knew my ex-GF was going to similar places as me but not with me. So on the day I made sure to put up a Snapchat story visible only to my ex-GF and the mutual friend, stating I am going to the same place as the hotel she booked. I drive home after putting up this on Snapchat. Within 5 minutes the hotel booking is cancelled and surprisingly the only person that viewed my story was the mutual friend. The best thing was my ex-GF lost all her money for the booking as it was beyond the free cancellation period. Still didn't had enough concrete evidence to prove she was cheating. So I leave it at that, knowing I have hurt her financially as she did complain about not having enough money. I am at the airport walking into my check-in and who do I see checking in? My ex-GF with M. She sees me but I just make my way to check and she tries to get to me but can't as it was business class only. Then she tries to look for me at the terminal but I am in the lounge looking at her running around. I send her message saying it's over. She tried to say M just hitched a ride and he is going on stag. Which person goes on a stag and doesn't even meet them at departures or in the terminal? Claims her friend will be flying from Manchester. What is the point of going on holiday with a friend if she is not flying with you? This is where it gets interesting. I check the hotel booking account and see a booking made under her name for a twin double room but specifically requesting a double bed for 2 people. I could have cancelled it but I left her to it. After we come back she begs to meet up. Tries to explain she didn't go with him and makes up more lies but I pick out all holes in her story. Then later she tries to send screenshots of messages from her friend when they arrived at the holiday destination but refused to show the dates and timestamps. You can easily change the name of the contact. She got her sister to send the messages. Then claims she accidentally deleted the messages and can't show the timestamp. It all made sense why she did not want to take photos. Then I meet friends who worked in the same office. They tell me this is the second time they were on leave for the same amount of days and they both went to Bournemouth together. They always had lunch together. They were caught kissing so had to be moved on to different floors. Yet she did not want me to come have lunch with her because 1, she did not have much time and 2, she did not want anyone to know she was in a relationship. I later learned she used to go to his house a lot. So when I did some cross-referencing and realized those were the days she claimed to be at her school friend's house female. Another thing post the Christmas movie fiasco. She bought an All Saints men's jacket again from a mutual account and I thought it was for me. We all know these jackets don't come cheap but I never saw that jacket until I caught her at the airport with M. He was wearing it. What did I get that year? Nothing. She paid for everything. Food. Holidays. Trips around the UK. Cinema. M was living the life. I did ask her if was disgusted by herself claiming M was a father figure. She denied ever saying that. But I can recall every time she said it and so can a few other people. What hurt the most was she had been claiming to be loyal all those years and looking down on guys and girls who cheated on their partners but was doing the same thing herself. What she doesn't realize, this has affected me quite badly. I cannot trust anyone. I do not want a relationship again. I feel I will be cheated on. I am slowly recovering, but it is difficult. After catching her, I got into a deep depression. Almost lost touch with everyone. Sorry for the long post, but I tried to just include the main events. By the way, she was 28 and he was 52. I know they went back on holiday to the same place the following year. Before she got caught, she managed to get my help with other job application. As her relationship was known in the whole office and she thought she should leave before I found out. I wish I did not help her the second time round. Hope you ghosted her and reported him to our if he is married. Share the pain. I did ghost her. Managed to get out that office. After being headhunted. I made sure our knew about it. Last I heard, they moved them to different floors and made them take some training. Why go through all of this crap? Just move on. I don't know why, but I am happy to say I have moved on. I can't believe how much BS you kept believing. Usually if you have a bad feeling about something, then you're probably right. Thinking back, I too can't believe I kept on taking the BS. First relationship. Hadn't really experienced or heard of such behavior. Block and erase her from your life, man. Thanks, man. I have done that now. Frankly speaking, cheating is what you need to find the fact and know what is going on behind. I have had bad experience when it comes to relationship. I almost lose everything I worked for when my ex is having hidden plans behind trying to take all I worked for and run away with my best friend. I have been seeing some of his strange moves and I was worried. That make me to meet a friends and she refer me to Hackalord904 on Gmail. He helped me and I was able to see everything he's doing behind and I was able to overcome his plan. You just need to be very careful in whatever relationship you had. You just need to know what you are into no matter what. Thanks. Thank you. You're gonna be a stellar bloke for getting over it and having your life back in order. It's obvious in the relationship that you respected boundaries and that can never be on you. I always feel this way with people who cheat. But she really deserves the worst to come. I hope you find happiness while she wallows in her woes. Thank you. I have moved on. Got headhunted by another bigger firm. Guess it's rare to find someone who appreciates respect. Thank you guys for taking your time and reading this, and apologize for responding so late. I moved jobs, so I was occupied there. Especially with COVID, we were extremely busy. Last I heard, she was with M. Went on holiday with him again. She moved from the office because, well, I know too many people there, but M is still there. He flirts with many newcomers. Fresh out of college girls. Going by her record of sleeping with a guy in the office, I doubt M is safe. I hope he found out her truth, but from what I hear, she brainwashed to him not to believe anything from people who know me. I don't know what she told him at the airport when I saw them and she was trying to talk to me, but I doubt he knows she had a BF. By the way, it all happened in the final year. All these things happened in quick succession. Also recently I was contacted by the company she moved to, asking me to work for them. I would have been her superior had I taken the role. But I prefer the current company in the field of work. They said the job is mine if I ever change my mind. Is your ex-GF still in relationship with M? Doesn't matter. Don't paint shop to a serial cheater. I am just asking to know whether she got her karma being dumped by both guys. Let's just be patient and wait for the good update, shall we? And don't add drama for OP indirectly. Hit like if you enjoyed this video. Consider subscribing to our channel.